Roundstar 2S beats Sin's 2S 6P and avoids DP, but it loses to Sweep and Walk Back. Roundstar // beats Sweep, but loses to 6P and DP. After blocking even close slash, 2H, or 5H, you can mash 2P to trade or beat both Elk Hunt and Hoof Stomp. Since 2H and 5H are multi-hit true string moves, mashing between them means 2P won't come out until they special cancel. You can still combo with 5k dash cancel shot to go for a wall break or a safe jump. In the corner, it's better to try to back throw Elk Hunt on reaction and react to the Hoof Stomp and punish. Just be careful since they can still cancel into follow-ups. When he does 5k or 2k, you can fuzzy mash 2k, this lets you block 2k 2D and even 2k delay 2D frame trap. If he does 2k 6h, then your 2k will go under the 6h, and if he staggers for a throw, then delay 2k will usually beat it, but this loses to or trades with 2k Hoof Stomp. If you IB 2D, you can punish with Close Slash, which will also beat him doing Elk Hunt or Hoof Stomp. In the mid-range, your 2S and his 2S are about the same range, making you fight for around the same space. His far slash is also about that same range. The big difference comes from Beak Driver, which reaches significantly farther and will make the mid-range difficult to play in. The most important thing is to not overextend. Instead, it's better to try to play around the range just outside of Beak Driver, and whiff punishing Beak Driver leads to great conversions with gunshots. Also, when they're cursed, doing dash up roll into shot is good, because the reticle tracks faster on them when you roll. Just be careful if they start using 2S. IED back JS in the mid to long range is also good for punishing Beak Driver and even Elk Hunt, but sometimes the low profile will actually have them go under the JS, so you can try to delay the JS a little bit to make it hit low enough. Because of IED back and walking back to whiff punish being major parts of the neutral, you'll be more likely to corner yourself, so be careful. Watch out for Sin 2S in the mid-range, but it's not low, so you're fairly safe walking back in the mid-range and waiting for whiff punishes. Zoning is not that great because of Beak Driver and Elk Hunt. Those are good for catching overextensions, especially when you're trying to build resources in a greedy way, even doing Guard Crush shot into focus, and there's pretty high reward on counter hit for them. Beak Driver is better against zoning than Elk Hunt, but is dependent on spacing. He's fast enough to get into far slash range pretty easily, but remember if they start to get close, throw out counter pokes or even scapegoat if you're scared. Be wary of his DP and pressure and for Oki, so safe jumps are good, and doing space pressure, or baiting, or using extra shots to true string is great. 2S beats pretty much every round start that Bedman would use, just be careful of walk back into punish. If you both start your zoning patterns at the same time, Bedman will come out on top since he doesn't need to set up curse, and his projectile takes less time than getting into steady aim for a guaranteed hit. So instead, jump over the projectile and either set up curse before or after it. It's important to be a little patient before zoning or you won't be able to get it started. If you get the curse on them, you can also just jump around and wait for the chance to use 5-8 shot as long as they aren't moving around too much. If you end up using a fast shot into focus, you won't be able to get your next shot out before they can shoot. But if you end with Guard Crush into focus, then you can hit them first as long as they're cursed. Since Bedman's air movement is good, he may try to stall in the air, but you can just use steady aim to jail them into curse while pushing them back. In the mid-range, your buttons are pretty similar to his, especially 2S. His far slash does have better range and can stuff out your 2S attempts, so make sure to space carefully. His 2K is not bad, so between 2S and 2K, it will make 6S a more difficult tool to use in neutral due to the low profile. IDJ2K is really good against him because of how wide he is, same reasons as the other big bodies. If he doesn't have an error charge, then his pressure is pretty unsafe. If he goes into 2H, you can mash 2K and beat them doing 236H. If he does projectile, then he will punish you, but they'll be minus on hit and letting you do far slash after to beat them doing 2K. And if you decide to just block it out and they do the projectile, you can punish the far slash or 5k dash cancel shot. You could also do 236S to frame trap, but it has low reward on hit and is close slash punishable on block, so it's not likely they'd do it. If you get hit by a combo ending with 236S mid-screen, they'll only be able to get a meaty with 2S, which you can backdash and either try to contest them or fight for this new space. From throw into 236S, they have a nice block string, but they can't meaty from it, so you can even challenge with a 2K, but it's safer to try to just jump out and back, or try to steal the space back. When it comes to zoning him, he is fairly slow, but it is possible for him to reach you with the far slash if he gets all his dashes in. The more important thing to worry about is his projectile, since if you get hit, then you lose curse, and you have to look for a new opening to start all over again. 2S round start beats all of Asuka's best round start options, being 2S, 2D, 5H, and the explosion spell. However, it trades with his far slash. Defend your space until you can get a curse off, then start zoning. Asuka has better mid-range pokes than you, so tread carefully. His far slash and 5H are very good pokes, although his 5H is a bit slow. His 2S is also a good disjoint and hits low, but the scariest normal he has is 2D. It reaches very far, has a ton of disjoint, and a lot of active frames. It will beat pretty much every normal you have, and if you manage to trade, it's much better for him than it is for you. It will even catch you trying to do curse at some ranges. Try to react to cubes with 5p or 5k. Don't try to force a curse in unless you see that he doesn't have any more to throw, or he needs to get back pages or mana. From 5p and 5k, you can't cancel them directly into curse while hitting a cube, so make sure to wait until you recover. Once you get the curse on him, make sure to wait for an opening. Patience is key in this matchup. In the close range, if they are happy to just spam spells, then super jumping can get around a majority of them. Also in the close range, after they do a few spells, they'll need to gain back some resources, so when you see an opening come up, this could be a good time to challenge. Just be careful since they don't necessarily need to get back the resources immediately. It will be difficult to get cursed from close range, since he can throw out so many projectiles so quickly, even if it's based around RNG. When he sends out a giant wall of red cubes, do a late 2S to low profile most while hitting out a couple at the bottom. When he has the ice ball, it acts like a DP, so treat him like a DP character. Safe jumps and safe pressure are going to be important. Teleport will be really difficult to deal with unless you're looking specifically for it. So make sure you're not doing any zoning while he has that card, unless maybe you already have him cursed to do some fast shots. It's strong for him when paired with slow projectile, but you may end up trying to stuff it with a jab and hit him anyways. The explosion spell is basically uncontestable, so be hesitant to contest the mid-range when he has that spell. These matchups are still very new, so there will be much more to learn. Keep pushing these matchups further, and if you know anything that I don't, definitely let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.